What's dangerous is when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things as they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. And you can never force nobody else to wear them.
Things I think while I lie awake and contemplate tonight are wearing me out. Well, maybe tomorrow the world will wake and get it right, but I have my doubts, yeah. During the day, well, I design machines of war that scream through the sky. 'Cause I, for one, I like to go to bed free at night under these stars and stripes. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. Yes, I have my doubts, but they'll wind you up and pull the cord until you're spun right out. And I don't understand. Roll the dice and raise the price to feed the machine's mouth. Call it the progress of man. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts. And I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. I have my doubts, so I'll drink my stuff and raise some hell and shoot my guns to the end of my time. You can have the booze and go to hell and take the guns, but I know they won't be mine. Messed up and out of touch, let's text someone who's in the other room. So don't wonder why we don't say hi or know anyone. I might as well move to the moon. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. Well, the things I think while I lie awake and contemplate at night are wearing me out.
Good evening. Hope everyone's doing all right. I done a lot of flying over the weekend, a whole lot of flying. It was a bunch of fun. Spent a lot of time, most of the time, in a modified Carbon Cub, and just had a blast. So spent today and last evening flying around in like horrible thunderstorms and hurricanes and all that stuff because it's just fun. But did some flying at Sharktooth Ridge today with the same aircraft. So just kept going round and round landing. Had a ball. It's great. When it comes to that sim, VR is just a game changer. It truly is. Because everything's like real to life as far as size wise. It's not like condensed down, shrink down on a computer monitor. So being able to see stuff clearly is a major help. Anyway, I didn't get a chance to Fire Marshal Bill. He had to do responsible adult things today, so I didn't get a chance to fly with him today. Man, you got to get Flight Sim, brother. You have got to get Flight Sim. It is a ball. Like I said, I was just enjoying the hell out of trying to navigate in storms that you can't even see out the window. Pretty successfully, I might add. Anyway, aside from that, that's pretty much. I gotta get out there and get the grass cut. So, I knew it was gonna be raining, so I figured I'd hold off. And when I cut it the last time, I cut it a little too short, so I'm letting it get grown back in good. Maybe, probably not tomorrow, but maybe the next day. So, because I think it's supposed to be raining pretty much through the night and stuff. It's just supposed to be a fair amount of rain, so. Anyway, other than that, don't really got anything in particular. I did I did want to do a little bit of a different image for the show. However, I didn't have enough time. But this is a Photoshop tutorial that would have been the basis of that image, and it would have been the superhero, priest super fiddler. So I didn't have enough time though, so I just had to do the face tattoos, player and kink, I figured that worked out well. So, I am so going to hell. Anyway, super fiddler. I mean, really, So instead of like getting them completely the fuck away from people and, I don't know, God, we're going to give them a QR code. So, alright, super fiddler, you keep on your super fiddling, but you got to carry this card. Let everybody know that you're a super fiddler. But, I think they really ought to put tattoos on their foreheads. I really do think that's how it ought to be done. Fuck this QR code bullshit. Just put super fiddler tattoo on their heads and everybody will understand. So, let's get a petition going. Where's change.org? Ah, hell. Insanity, man. Insanity. I don't know. I've got, looks like 6 tabs open here this evening. And then, of course, the headlines from Friday on till today. I guess we might as well get started. And, where better to get started than the super fiddler? So anyway, no, he didn't really have face tattoos. French of Roy, Catholic Church to fight sexual abuse with QR codes. That ought to teach them. The French Catholic Church will have all of its bishops, priests, and deacons carry ID cards with QR codes in order to shield worshippers from sexual abuse at the hands of clergymen. You know, the forehead tattoo would work better. The new system, designed to supplement paper documents, was unveiled by the Bishops' Conference of France, the CEF, on Wednesday. After scanning the QR code, the person will see color-coded information about the clergyman. Now, you got to scan it. Yeah. It ain't on the fucking card, where you could see it right away. So, old boy's got his little badge that he carries with him. How the hell do you know? You don't know unless you have a scanner. That's probably a problem. Anyway, green will mean that the cleric can go fiddle with anybody, right? The sky's the limit. Go to grandma, whatever. Sky's the limit. Green means you are a free fiddler. Oh, wait, no. That means the cleric can lead mass, hear confessions, and perform other sacraments without restrictions, including fiddling. Orange will indicate that the priest's powers are limited due to sanctions or lack of proper experience. Now, we're not talking about Russia bombing Ukraine kind of sanctions. We're not talking those kind of... We're probably talking something related to fiddling. So orange will tell you that their fiddling got them some limited powers. People stripped of their clerical status for whatever reason will be coded red. I've got a question. If they've been stripped of clerical status, why the fuck do they have an ID card at all? Good for the fiddling, I guess. It just doesn't make sense to me. Put the damn color on the card at least, or put a tattoo on their forehead. Something. Give us a clue here. Let us help protect the children. Because this is ridiculous. Your answers are ridiculous. This is... this is just trying to placate people even further. I know the answer, but I can't tell you because of repercussions. Damn Skippy. Damn Skippy. Man, I'll tell you what. There really needs to be something done. Come on. Worldwide, we're talking about thousands upon thousands of priests. And some hundreds of thousands of victims. God forbid it hit the millions. Who knows? We'll never know. And to this day, they keep getting left in places to where they can continue to do the same damn shit. And this is as much concession that we'll get. This is it. Just stupid little bullshit like that. We would never. No. Another 20 years. We'll do this now. Another 20 years. That didn't work. We'll do this. And we, the people, sit back and allow it. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get how someone can be so preoccupied with so many other things in the world that they can lose sight of the most important things in the world. I don't get it. I don't. I never will. And that's fine. But Moscow shares details of strikes on Ukrainian military. Now, I don't know anything outside of what's in this article. I know BP Earthwatch put out a video earlier, and he had spoke to, I guess, possibility or suspicion, anyway, of them using some type of nuclear weapon. So I have no idea. Again, outside of this article, I couldn't advise you on anything, nor could I guarantee to you that information provided in this article is true and intact, because it's war, yo. 1 second. Yeah, they typically don't put out all that stuff. At least not the truth about all that stuff. Let's see. Pardon me. It says here, Russia has conducted 2 high-precision strikes on Ukrainian military facilities. I'll have you know that wasn't a bad-tasting belch. It wasn't. I'm drinking Folgers 100% Colombian coffee with sugar and creamer, French vanilla creamer. It's definitely candy coffee. And I just had a moderate belch. But what came up to meld with the coffee, creamer, and sugar was a banana that I had earlier. So imagine a little twist of banana in your coffee. It actually was pretty good. I'm just not right on Sundays, am I? Anyway, on to the news. Russia has conducted 2 high-precision strikes on Ukrainian military facilities, the Defense Ministry claimed on Sunday, adding that all designated targets had been hit. The ministry said in a statement that long-range air and sea-based weapons were fired at areas near the city of Ternopil in western Ukraine and the village of Petropavlovka, and region in the country's southeast. The strikes targeted both areas of troop deployment and depots containing ammunition, weapons, and military equipment Kiev had received from the West, it added. You blew our shit up, man. Earlier in the day, several Ukrainian officials in Ternopil claimed that the city had come under a missile bombardment. The mayor, Sergei Nadal, said the strikes hit several warehouses, adding that 2 people were injured. Later, he claimed that an unspecified number of civilian buildings and cars were damaged in the explosions. Vladimir Trush, head of local administration, released pictures of Ukrainian firemen putting out a blaze in what appeared to be an industrial area, claiming the fire was caused by a Russian attack. In the early hours of Sunday, air raid warnings were issued across Ukraine, with local media reporting blasts in the cities of Kiev and Kharkov, as well as in Sumy region and several other locations. The Russian military significantly ramped up strikes on Ukrainian military and energy infrastructure last October in response to what Moscow described as acts of sabotage carried out by Kiev on Russian soil, and goes into the Crimean Bridge and blah, blah, blah. So it's getting real, yo. And I would say that, when I left you on Thursday, I wasn't real sure if the offensive, the counteroffensive, the spring offensive, whatever the hell you want to call it, if it had actually begun. And I think it has in its limited capacity. I do believe that it has, and I do believe that Russia is knocking the holy hell out of them. I think that's what's going on. So, not saying they're not taking losses. I'm saying Russia's knocking the hell out of them. There's a difference. Both sides are going to take losses. It's what happens in war. You don't get to pick and choose who. Something that kind of bothers me. Not kinda. It really bothers the shit out of me, to be honest. Is that we don't have anybody here doing jack to get us ready. Other than, people talking about it on YouTube and stuff like that. But as far as government and stuff like that, FEMA's crap is weak on their website. That's extremely weak, the shit they tell you to prepare. But they're not doing jack squat. They're not testing the sirens to make sure that they're good to go for air raid, right? Because at least here anyway, once a month they test for tornado. But obviously they would use the same equipment to let people know of a threat from the skies, or other types of threats too as well. But nothing. They're not doing nothing. And that's concerning. It's disappointing. It's disgusting, actually. Because out of any global conflict, the coming one is most certainly going to include the U.S. contiguous 48. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Yep. Hang on. Headline I'm sharing out, so it'll be there. No. Okay. So, again, I believe the offensive has started. I figured it would be kind of limited in scope, and they're going to get slapped around. Now, don't get me wrong. I think old Zelensky is going to get one or two good pokes in the eye here really soon. Now, I think he's going to dot Putin's eye. I do. I think he's going to use a long-range missile to do it. We'll see. Again, I don't see this conflict lasting, this particular conflict as it is, without NATO getting involved and going to full-blown clusterfuck. I don't see it going beyond fall. I just don't. Stuff like this is extremely important to keep a close eye on. Iran and Egypt to restore diplomatic ties. Iran and Egypt are on track to restore diplomatic relations and reopen their respective embassies, a member of the Iranian Parliament's National Security and Foreign Policy Commission has said. MP Fatah Hussein Maleki, maybe, added that President Ibrahim Raisi and his Egyptian counterpart Abdel Fattah el-Sisi will meet in person in the near future. Speaking to Iran's Tasman news agency on Sunday, Maliki said that talks between Tehran and Cairo are currently being held in Iraq, The lawmaker described the atmosphere during the negotiations as positive. In January, the Iranian Foreign Ministry revealed that its head, Hussein Amir Abdullah, blah, 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 yeah, that's my best attempt, sat down at the Egyptian head of state in late 2022. The ministry spokesperson said at the time that the two countries have basically no problem for dialogue, meetings, and exchange of views. Relations between Cairo and Tehran were severed in 1980 following the Islamic Revolution in Iran. Meanwhile, in mid-March, long-standing rivals Iran and Saudi Arabia announced they were planning to restore diplomatic relations, which they broke off in 2016. The talks and subsequent accord between the two regional powers was brokered by China, with the U.S. conspicuously absent from the affair. The fact that Beijing managed to get the two rivals to talk and reach an agreement was heralded as a major victory for Chinese diplomacy. Riyadh also engaged in negotiations with the Shiite Houthi rebels in Yemen last month, giving rise to hopes that the bloody conflict, which has been raging since 2015, may soon come to an end. The war in Yemen is widely seen as a proxy war between Saudi Arabia and Iran. Late last month, Chinese newspaper The People's Daily reported that President Xi Jinping personally played a pivotal role in pursuing Riyadh and Tehran to normalize relations. And see, the control that the United States has over many of these countries is this instability, right, or instability. That is what gives the United States control, because then they can just keep putting in puppet after puppet after puppet. All they have to do is keep the war going. It's insane. But the United States, it's losing its grip. It's losing its power. It's losing its influence. Very, very quickly. Very quickly. And it's not going to go well. Just not. A little sip of coffee and a few vapes here, and we'll continue on. I don't remember what the name was. Somebody had asked, and I don't see the comment. I got the email for the comment, but I don't see the comment. Somebody had asked how long it takes for me to put my setup up to, get ready to fly, from like me doing news or whatever to fly. Literally like less than 2 minutes. So I literally just got to throw some rudder pedals down there, plug them in. My flight stick suction cups to the table. So just suction cup it down and plug it in. Profile the two. And then I've got the frickin' $80 Airlink cable right here. Or not Airlink, but link cable right here. Plug it into the headset and get busy. Like less than 2 minutes. Literally less than 2 minutes. Doesn't take no time at all. It takes longer to actually boot the flight sim up. Anywho, and I'm doing better. I'm doing much better with the heights thing. I'm getting there. It's amazing at how much it can help with that. So I'm getting there though. I can do 10, 14,000 feet, no sweat. I don't jerk around when I get up there. It's a nice, easy, smooth flight, mind you. Now, I'll act like a complete tard near the ground, right? I'll flip around, I'll do anything stupid with a plane near the ground. Don't ask me why. That's dumb. That's dumb. you should feel more comfortable the higher you are because it gives you more time to respond. Like, oh, damn it. Gotta get flight sim, brother. Oh, man. I saw some light go out or something. 8 feet can kill you, yep. And in an airplane, 8 feet will kill you quicker than what 8,000 feet will kill you. Let's see. Japanese protesters call to evict U.S. amid growing tensions. Thousands of Japanese protesters assembled near Kadena Air Base in Okinawa to protest the U.S. occupation of the island on Saturday, on the 51st anniversary of the island returning to Japanese control. The annual demonstration comes amid rising regional tensions as the U.S. supplies Taiwan with weapons in what China views as open provocation. Chanting slogans including "Give us back our peaceful life" and "Osprey get out," the latter being a reference to U.S. military helicopters. A tilt rotor, thank you. The demonstrators demanded the closure of U.S. Okinawa bases. The island's inhabitants are wary of the pollution, both chemical and oral, produced by Washington's military outposts. Yeah, they shit all over the place. As well as high number of crimes committed by American service members, from petty theft and drunk driving to rape and murder. You know, I mean, somebody could tell the Marines that just because they were given that little shovel doesn't mean they really have to bury every shit that way. But, you know, just kidding. Don't murder me in my sleep. Governor Denny Tamaki has urged the Japanese and U.S. governments to reduce the Pentagon's footprint on the island, which hosts 70% of all U.S. military facilities in Japan, despite compromising just 1% of the country's total land area. Anyway, it's their annual bitch fit. We don't want you here. Okay. But we'll damn well cry your name out once our shit gets attacked by North Korea. You'll want us then. Fair weather friend. Anywho, Biden, you know, the guy that can't even remember Ben and Jerry's name, says that white supremacy is the most dangerous threat to the United States. White supremacy. Not old white people in office. No, white supremacy. Yeah, you being the supreme white guy of the United States is most certainly a dangerous threat. Did I read that wrong? No, I didn't read that wrong. You are one supreme white guy. Let's see. I mean, you gotta be supreme to get away with all that crap and just act as if nothing? Really? That's just some supreme shit right there. And he just happened to be white. Legal fund for U.S. subway vigilante raises $1.8 million. That's awesome. Awesome. Online donors have chipped in nearly $1.8 million combined to fund the legal defense of Daniel Penny, a former U.S. Marine Corps soldier who faces a manslaughter charge after allegedly choking a homeless man to death on a New York City subway train. By the way, I did actually watch that video today. Yeah, literally, first time I saw the video was today. Why? I don't jump on this stuff. And the more back and forth there is, the longer I wait. And I just give it a little bit of time, right? I would say things appear as they are on the surface. That this man did what he felt he needed to do to protect the interests of himself and the others around him. I really don't believe that he intended to use any type of excessive force. I think he just wanted to, I don't want to say stop the threat, but mitigate the threat. I don't think he really wanted to harm the guy. He just wanted the guy to stop aggressing others. This is insane. I mean, it's not anything new. If you're a guy and you've had to battle the family court system, you know damn well just how targeted you can be. And that's what's happening even in cases of self-defense. You really got to think about what I said just a moment ago when it comes to the family courts. Is it really cool that a man's life gets destroyed simply because, I don't know, either they have irreconcilable differences or she just wants to be a hoe or whatever the case may be? Is that just cause to destroy, to commit financial, economic, emotional, absolute hell? No. And see, that's what they're doing. Why do I say all that? Because, man, there's like millions. Literally. I know it's Mother's Day. Fuck all that. Seriously. It is what it is. It is what it is. We have got to stop the targeting. All of it in this country. And there's a hell of a lot of it. And it's been going on for a very, very long time. And it's about to get absolutely mind-blowingly worse. I mean, you are literally going to get hung out to dry for defending yourself really soon. Well, already people have been. That's exactly what's going on here, in my opinion. But it's going to happen on a normal basis. That's going to be the normal response. If you defend yourself, you're going to be the one that gets in trouble. It's been that way for a while, folks. Our school systems indoctrinated it. What? How'd they do that? Well, how did they do that? Well, what happens? What typically happened, at least back when I was in school, what would happen if a bully kept in on me and kept in on me and kept in on me until one day I'd had enough and I reached up and I broke his nose? What would happen? Would the bully get in any trouble at all for all of the nightmarish hell that he put a kid through? Not a chance of it. But you better bet that victim that got fed up and tagged the motherfucker is going to be in some deep shit. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. It was that way when I was in school. So, again, if I'm supposed to act surprised like this stuff is a new thing, you lost me there. Because I've been seeing it go on for most of my life. It's just going to get really stupid bad. And it's going to drag anybody and everybody into it. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Oh, man. Tired. Anyway, I reckon we could do some headlines and then get the heck out of here. Relax. I can poke a dog. Throw a roll of toilet paper at it. Or something. A pen and piece of paper. An e-juice bottle. Bobby pin. What do you think I ought to throw at her? Something hard and heavy that'll hurt? I'm being completely ignored. You could tell she just lives in fear. She hasn't moved anything. She probably moved her eyes around a little bit. That's about it. She's spoiled is the problem. I love that dog. Alrighty. We're actually cooking along pretty good tonight. So yeah, that's my morning routine now. I get up, first thing I do while I'm brewing coffee is I'm setting up my aircraft. Because I don't know, I enjoy flying in the mornings. I have been playing the back 9 holes of the golf courses that I have access to. I only got access to 3 of them. One of these days when I win the lottery, I'll buy the other golf courses. Because it's actually a pretty fun game. I haven't even done the multiplayer yet because, yeah, if I do the hey, Leo, do you have Golf Plus? You can get Golf Plus. You want to golf with me? You know, I sent you a message, by the way, dude. Like, I can't remember what it said, but it was something about having them show me, I don't know, where the best cat house in Harlem was. Some kind of message related to that. Well, get Golf Plus. I think you can get it, can't you? Or will they not let you play any of it? Because I know that it kind of came with my unit. But I figured you could probably get like a trial of it or something. Oh, wait, you messaged me back on Facebook? You did? In response to what I said there, you did? Huh? Wait, what? Oh. When did you message me? What? May 6th was the last time you messaged me, bitch. Well, we'll have to get hooked up. I've got something called, I don't know, big screen VR or something. Supposedly we could hang out and watch videos and movies and crap. I don't know. Maybe we could kick back sometime and watch a snuff film. I'm kidding. Oh, man. Yeah, it's fun, though. I actually went to the whatever the hell, Horizon Worlds, Meta Horizon Worlds or whatever. And so I just get in, right? I do everything they make you do in the beginning. And then And then I had options, and I had an option of, I think I could go watch music or something. I could go play games or something. And one of them was like comedy. And I'm like, I'm down for comedy. So I chose comedy. So that took me to some other place in the metaverse. And I get in there and I hear a bunch of people talking like a mile a minute, going crazy. So I walk towards where I hear the voices. And I mean, it was probably 10 people, 10 people, all bunched up together, all talking crazy shit. And I mean, they were adults. I mean, I was like, and I never did find, and that was the only damn comedy in the whole place. I never did see any other type of comedy. So, I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to wind up going there and getting digital herpes or something. I know it. Much worse than that analog kind. Oh, man. Can you, I mean, will it let you play like a trial or anything of Golf Plus? Or do they make you, no matter what, buy it? I mean, I don't know what happens if you go there and put it in and look in the store. I don't know if they'll let you play a demo or if you got to pay to even do any of it. I know it gives me like 3 courses and then I have to pay for anything more. Let's see. Fun times. I think I'm about ready to read headline. You know, I gotta wait until the flow is just right, you know? What? The vibe, right? You got, oh man. Okay. And I guess the quote-unquote base game are probably the damn 3 courses I got, and you probably got to buy the rest. That's nuts. I mean, it's okay. It's not great. I mean, great was Golden Tee Golf many moons ago that I played with my mouse. You ever do that? You might be a little young for that. Golden Tee Golf was badass, though, in its day. Yeah, I figured that. You probably got something else. By the way, I do see that you are a black belt in Space Pirate DX, or whatever the hell that is. I got that along with it, too. And, that, I haven't played it yet because I don't have an indoor area like that I could use, so I don't know if there's any other way to do it or not. Can you sit down at all and do it, or do you have to have like 10 meters or whatever? Because, I mean, if I went outside in the yard, I'd look like a real tard out there. There's one of them a sit on your ass mode. Yeah, that one came with it too. Golf Plus, and then that Pirate Trainer Space thing. I'll have to check it out, though. That's one of those things to where I look at the, you know, I've looked at the selection of content out there and stuff, and it's like, man, it looks like you take a whole hell of a lot of chance with a lot of it. I bet there's a lot of crap out there. Yep. I am very, very picky about that. I make sure that it doesn't even get put in the direction of any windows, the lenses. So, and then if I have them off for any length of time, I've got this little thing I got with the case I got that goes right over the lenses. And I just put it in there just in case somehow the light wouldn't gleam off of something and right into a lens, because that's my luck. And if I'm not going to use it for a little bit, it's in its case. That's too expensive a toy to let it get messed up easy. Oh, hey, this is cool, dude. Got to tell you about this. So, yesterday I was messing around with the controllers, and I thought, I wonder what would happen if I actually, try grabbing the stuff in the aircraft with, the controllers. Not use my flight stick, not use my throttle, nothing, just use my controllers. And I'll be damned if you can't fly like a madman that way. I mean, it's pretty damned awesome. You can literally just grab a hold of the stick, virtually grab a hold of the stick, grab a hold of the throttle, and fly like a madman. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. You don't even need a flight stick. Now, rudder pedals would help, but you wouldn't need a flight stick or a throttle. You could simply use your controllers and a set of rudder pedals. That's all you would need. Frankenquest 2. Sounds like something I would do. Now I've got the they call it the Elite strap or whatever. So I've got I went ahead and got that because that's one thing that I read a lot of people comment about how the just the regular strap that comes with it really sucks. This was a must. So I got that, and I went ahead and got I bought the bundle that came with the AirLink cable, or not the, I keep calling it AirLink, but came with the link cable, because I know it's a really, really expensive USB-C cable, but from my understanding, somebody had told me that there actually is a difference with that cable. So, doesn't mean that other USB-C cables won't work, but that cable is a faster transfer, capable of faster transfer than most of the others. So, this is that one thing I was telling you about. I don't know, you probably got one, but I shove it in there, just to make sure that sun can't possibly get in there. Plus, nothing to scratch them that way. But it resides in its case if it's not on my head or just sitting right there waiting for me. Pretty cool device. Yep. Yeah, I know, yeah. No, I actually have it. I don't know if I can get it up. If I can get it up. I don't know if I can get it up. I have it right here. It's coiled. So, I've got the 16-foot cable or whatever. And so it's plugged into the back of the computer, and I've just got it coiled up like that. And then the little clamp thingy for my microphone, I've got it just hanging on that. So, yep. I do that way it doesn't get too many kinks or anything like that. So, let's see. Okay, let's do some headlines. Let's see. Starting with Friday's stuff. Pentagon sees Chinese threat in U.S. default. U.S. won't follow UK on Ukraine missiles, says Blinken. Former U.S. disinfo czar sues Fox News. Yeah, she's like suing Fox News because they canceled her plans. EU will not sanction Russia's nuclear industry, says Hungarian FM. Italy may exit the new Silk Road, says Financial Times. U.S. and China hold unannounced high-level talks. EU members support clampdown on Russian oil smugglers, says Politico. Kiev claims progress in key Donbass city. U.S. lawmakers threaten sanctions for Syria rapprochement. French car giant faces a $110 million lawsuit in Russia. Kiev comments on Zelensky Eurovision speech ban. Germany greenlights Chinese stake in Hamburg port. Russia's key ally reports attack on troops in border area. Russia wins appeal against Paralympic suspension, says committee. U.S. interfering in Turkey elections, says Ankara. Moscow responds to claim of Russian interference in the Turkish election. Moscow doesn't rule out asymmetric response to Poland. EU seeks to expand ban on Russian pipeline oil, says Bloomberg. Russia won't shoot down Starlink satellite, says ex-space chief. Astronomers discover largest ever cosmic explosion. Switzerland reveals value of frozen Russian state assets. UK rules terms convict and ex-con to be offensive. But the crime wasn't? Russian military helicopter crashes in Crimea, says Moscow. Vatican recognizes Copts beheaded by Islamic State as martyrs. That'll help them. Zelensky will end up like Hitler, says ex-Russian president. Ex-Pakistan, do you really think he's going to get like all kinds of STDs and stuff and slowly go out? Maybe. I mean, that's a pretty good maybe. I mean, he is like friends with Hunter Biden. So there's that. Ex-Pakistani PM released on bail in graft case. Russian tycoon wants his super yacht back. I want mine back too, come to think of it. Germany to impose energy rationing as part of green agenda, says media. Yeah, I want to give me my super yacht back and I'll donate it for the green agenda. Yeah, sure. Egypt ignored U.S. request to block Russian flights, says media. Soros partly controls human rights court, says Medvedev. Erdogan scolds rival over Russian interference claim. Borrell outlines EU's issues with China. U.S. city sues car makers over theft spike. Record number of migrants crossing Mediterranean. Turkey's future is in Asia, says presidential candidate. Russia warns Britain over cruise missiles. 6 children injured in strike on Lugansk. Migrant village for conservative Americans to be built in Russia, says a lawyer. Yeah, they're actually saying that they're going to build a place where Americans can go that want to escape the United States. No joke. No joke. So, you know. Biden lays out U.S. chemical weapons plans. Big tech sued for deadly lack of censorship. U.S. to confront Iran with naval deployments. Oh, we are now on yesterday's news. Yay! Coffee. Crap, I'm out of coffee. Nicotine. Nicotine replacement therapy. All right. Baltic states race to disconnect from ex-Soviet power grid. I didn't do this one. U.S. to confront Iran with naval deployments. Rising food prices a priority concern for UK, says Bloomberg. Architect of Biden's China policy to resign. Last call for popular Western spirits in Russia. UK to push on with army downsizing, says the Times. U.S. debt ceiling deadlock devastating London. Helicopter crashes in Russia near Ukrainian border. Another aircraft crashes near Ukrainian border. New regulations force biggest crypto exchange out of Canada. Italians see their wealth plummet. Tech billionaire to buy Forbes, says media. Colombian Navy seizes largest narco submarine in history. They said that it was as large as some of the military subs. A lot of coke. Ukraine lying about taking down hypersonic missiles, says Izvestia. New Twitter CEO under fire for WEF links. Yeah, that's... And you know the crazy thing is Tucker Carlson pretty much just threw all of his eggs in the Twitter basket. Like, what, a couple of days before that? Insane. Let's see. U.S. must repair its reputation in Turkey, says ruling party MP. A young child and his mother burnt alive in Ukrainian strike on Donetsk, says media. Chinese students virtually kidnapped in Australia. Republicans demand Biden take cognitive test or drop out. Zelensky, he couldn't even pass the test of writing his name at the top of the paper. Zelensky rejects Pope's mediation offer. They call me the thing, you know. FBI raids Little Moscow, Trump Towers complex, says media. Majority of Germans oppose NATO membership for Ukraine, says a poll. Zelensky plotted attacks on Russia and Hungary, says Washington Post. Berlin offers Kiev's largest yet military package. Israel and Gaza militants reach shaky truce. Musk explains Twitter censorship in Turkey. And we are now to today's news. Yay! I should have threw something at her. I can steal her pillow. Mom said she wanted it. Mom said, give me the blue pillow. Yeah. She's not amused. Not even remotely. Poor kid. Anyway. British next-gen warship sabotaged, or sabotaged, as I like to say. China cutting back on purchases of U.S. corn, says Bloomberg. Hey, Jimmy Crack Corn, do you care about that? Because, you know, China cutting back on... Oh, I just read that. Don't make me say the joke over again. Germany molds Berlin Olympics on centenary of Hitler Games. French Catholic Church to fight I talked about that nonsense. In depth. You're exclusive. Let's see. French inflation picking up pace. High stakes vote begins in Turkey. EU and G7 may ban resumption of Russian gas imports, says Financial Times. Russia rebuts Turkish presidential candidate's accusations. UK supplied missiles used to strike civilians in Lugansk, says authorities. Majority of UK gig workers paid below minimum wage, says a study. Yeah, but take out the fact that you don't pay taxes on it. Bling! Well, I'm not saying bling bling, but bling, right? And, by the way, that's why they're doing what they're doing in the U.S., and they're going to be doing everywhere else, too, because one thing that popped up with the COVID nonsense was a bunch of creativity and innovation, and people started doing shit for themselves and found out they were much happier doing side gigs and this and that. That's what it is. Hey, that whole Microsoft bullshit study from the 80s got let to play out plenty long enough. It's time we end that nonsense. You know, the whole nonsense of how you should just go to work and kill yourself for that company dollar. Bullshit. Bullshit. It wasn't that way. I mean, don't get me wrong. You go to work, you put in your days of work. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But you put in your days of work and you got paid. You got compensated for your days of work. That shit hadn't been the case for a long damn time. It just hasn't. Period. Not for anybody. You know, I mean, as far as going up the ranks. You know, they always, when the topic comes up, everybody's always, yeah, but a burger flipper shouldn't make as much as this, blah, blah, blah. Well, you don't bitch too much about the frickin' athlete that makes obscene amounts of money, the entertainer that makes obscene amounts of money. I mean, it's ridiculous. Pick and choose what people make. That's nonsense. Anyway, Russia issues warning over Arctic Council. That was one thing, by the way, that my dad said you should never discuss, right? There was 3 things Dad said that you never discuss. Religion, politics, 4 things I got. Religion, politics, whether or not you love your wife. I don't know why, but he threw that one in there. Religion, politics, whether or not you love your wife, and how much you make. At a point in time in our history, that was just kind of an unwritten code. You really didn't talk about how much you made. But people made their worth in a lot of cases. A lot more than now. Now it's just nothing but production up, production up, production up. They don't care if you have to have government assistance to be able to feed your kids. They don't care. Look at Walmart, right? Largest frickin' retailer on the planet. Yet, they have, I think, some of the highest numbers of employees, well, and I'm speaking even per capita, if you will, to have assistance in order to make ends meet. To me, that should speak volumes. But hey, good news. Good news. Walmart does this charity stuff, and, you know, the lucky ones might be able to get in on a little bit of the charity stuff, you know. But get back to work. Don't want to spend too much charity, you know. It's the most mind-blowing thing, and people just look away. It's like, no. But that takes real grown-up conversations, and I don't think the nation's ready for that yet. So, Western pressure can screw up Ukrainian counteroffensive, says ex-U.S. general. Russia issues warning over Arctic Council. Russia and China boost road-based freight traffic. Global tourism on track to make full recovery, says the United Nations. Western media working to make Turkey a submissive partner, says newspaper chief. Italy suffers surge in price of signature staple. Senior Russian officers killed in action, says Ministry of Defense. Moscow, I covered that one. New York hotels evict veterans to house migrants, says media. That's nice of them. Iran and I covered that one. Early counting shows Erdogan leads. Philippines marks claim to disputed territory. Zelensky hints at postponing elections. No. Dominion voting systems pressed on roll in Tucker Carlson firing. Zelensky nearly lost his phone in Berlin, says Bild. Trump blasts enemies in Mother's Day greeting. Washington Post deletes treason quotes from Zelensky interview. Ukraine now de facto state sponsor of terrorism, says Kremlin. Here are the Zelensky treason quotes the Washington Post deleted. So RT put them out there, made sure folks could see them. Erdogan loses majority with most votes counted, says media. Now, that's not how it shook out. And somebody had actually called out that tweet, and I did reply, hey man, I'm just sharing the news. Sharing the news. I actually agreed with him. I figured Erdogan actually won. Japanese I covered that. Opposition accuses Erdogan of suppressing vote count. Erdogan delivers victory speech. And, I do have another one up there. Hang on. Fun time. Pentagon doesn't vet proxy fighters for rape and torture, says New York Times. And then we just had one I just tweeted. Ex-PM blames Pakistani military for his arrest. It's your fault. I don't know. But that was your news. Take it or leave it. Leave it if you want. I don't like it either. So, anyway, I'm gonna get the hell off of here because bed, yo. Anyway, I, God willing, will speak to all you cats tomorrow evening. I appreciate you coming. I hope to see you tomorrow. As always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit. And shalom.